Men are not good people. I didn't say that because of heartbreak. I said it because of observation. I've watched too many women lose themselves in love, in marriage, in trying to fix men who never wanted to be repaired. This is not a hate speech. It's a reality check. We live in a world where men are praised for doing the bare minimum, while women are blamed for expecting more. So today, let's talk about why men are often not good people. In relationships, in marriage, and even in the way society raises them. 1. They confuse responsibility with love. Many men believe that paying bills or showing up physically equals being a good partner. But love is not duty. Love is presence. A man can feed you and still starve you emotionally. He'll say, "I provide, what else do you want?" But what you want is empathy, communication, connection. And he calls that nagging. Marilyn Monroe once said, "A wise girl knows her limits. A smart girl knows she has none." She meant, don't settle for the limits men put on love. 2. They want power, not partnership. Society raised men to lead, not to listen. From childhood, they're told, be strong, be in charge. So when they grow up and meet a woman who has her own mind, they see her as competition instead of a companion. In marriage, that becomes control. In relationships, it becomes dominance. They'll tell you it's protection, but it's really power. As philosopher Simone de Beauvoir said, representation of the world, like the world itself, is the work of men. They describe it from their own point of view, which they confuse with absolute truth. Men often confuse their comfort with what is right. 3. They fear vulnerability but demand understanding. Men want women who understand them, yet they hide everything that makes them human. They were raised to see emotions as weakness, so they hide sadness behind anger. They replace affection with control. And when you ask them to open up, they shut down or walk away. The truth is, men crave emotional safety, but they don't know how to give it back. Psychologist Brené Brown says, vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage. Truth and courage aren't always comfortable, but they're never weakness. Men were never taught that truth. 4. They love transactionally. Most men love based on what they get. If you give them peace, they stay. If you challenge them, they leave. If you make them feel powerful, they adore you. If you make them feel small, they punish you. That's not love, that's ego management. In marriage, it looks like this. He's warm when you're submissive, cold when you're assertive. In relationships, it's the bare minimum man, the one who gives just enough to keep you hoping. It's manipulation disguised as romance. 5. They see commitment as ownership. In society, men are taught to win women like trophies. So after the chase, they think the job is done. They stop growing, stop pursuing, stop giving effort. Some even act like your existence now belongs to them. Your body, your choices, your time. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "The man loves danger and play. That is why he loves woman, the most dangerous plaything." Many men were conditioned to see women not as equals, but as prizes to possess. 6. They avoid accountability. When things go wrong, most men don't self-reflect. They blame. They say, "You're too emotional. You pushed me away. You made me cheat." Accountability feels like attack because their ego depends on being the man. But marriage and love both require growth, and growth doesn't happen without honesty. So instead of repairing the bond, they defend their pride. As psychologist Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Most men never confront their unconscious behaviors. They just pass the pain forward. 7. They benefit from female sacrifice. In relationships, in homes, in workplaces, women carry emotional and physical labor men don't even notice. We cook, we plan, we remember, we heal. And most men call that natural. They think kindness is our duty, and gratitude is optional. Old Hollywood actress Katharine Hepburn once said, "I never realized until lately that women were supposed to be the inferior sex." Society conditions women to give endlessly, and men to take comfortably. That's why when a woman finally stops giving, she's called selfish. But when a man puts himself first, he's called strong. 8. They want submission, not connection. Men often say they want peace, but what they mean is silence. They don't want a partner who questions them, challenges them, or sets boundaries. They want someone who agrees, even when it hurts her. But peace built on suppression is not peace. It's quiet control. And when women finally speak, those same men call them difficult. 9. They fear powerful women. When a woman succeeds, many men pretend to be proud, but deep down, some feel small. A confident woman reminds them of their own insecurity, so they downplay her wins, mock her dreams, or remind her to stay humble. But what they really mean is, don't outshine me. Marilyn Monroe once said, "A man makes you feel alive, but you're already alive." Never forget that. You were complete before he arrived. 10. They see change as betrayal. When you start setting boundaries or focusing on your growth, men often say, "You've changed." Yes, because peace changes people. Self-awareness changes people. But men prefer the version of you that needed them. The moment you stop centering them, you threaten their control. That's why every woman must understand, your independence is not rebellion, it's survival. So maybe you'll still say, not all men, and you'll be right, but not enough to make it safe to forget. So stop letting men convince you that your softness should come with silence, that your strength must come with apology, that your love must come with pain. Be selfish, be sharp, be aware, because the moment you stop romanticizing their potential, you start protecting your peace. And if that truth stings, it means it's waking something up inside you. Because this world still teaches women to serve, to shrink, to believe that love will fix what ego destroyed. But love is not meant to be a battlefield you crawl across just to prove you're good enough. If you made it this far, you're not ordinary. You're evolving. So before you go, subscribe, because truth like this needs a place to live. Turn on the notification bell, because awareness isn't a one-time thing, it's a practice. Share this video with another woman who needs to stop apologizing for waking up, because the more we see clearly, the less they can use our kindness as their weapon.